Hi guys, welcome again to my Business Mathematics for UiTM YouTube channel. Okay, for the last three videos we have looked through the introduction on installment purchases, and we have also gone through some of the important terminologies, and finally we have go through how we can calculate the interest based on the two methods, and also how we can calculate the outstanding payment balance. All right, so for these sessions we're going to look at several examples on how this is applied in the real world situations, and we're going to look at how we can solve the problems related to installment purchases. Okay, let's go through with the first example. Okay, this is a first example in your slide. You can refer the slides that is available in the website. Okay, let me just go through the example first. And it's stated here that David paid a down payment of 15,000 to buy a new car. And then the balance of 60,000 was paid by making a loan which charged an interest of 3.7% on reducing balance. He settled the loan by making equal monthly payments for 7 years. And the question say that by using the constant ratio formula, find the interest charge, and the second one, find the installment price. Okay, first of all, when you want to solve the problem, the first thing that you need to identify are the information given in the question itself. Okay, let's just first highlighted the information that is given in these examples. Right, so the first says here, the first information that you have here is the down payment of 15,000. Okay, so in this case it means then the down payment is 15,000, so DP is equal to 15,000. And then it's also mentioned that the balance, the balance sorry about that, so let me just do it once again. Sorry, the balance is 60,000. Okay, the balance is 60,000, so that means the cash price minus the down payment, you have a balance of 60,000, which means that if you combine the balance with the down payment, you will get the cash price, that is 75,000. Okay, and then this balance is charged an interest. Okay, is charged an interest rate of 3.7%. Okay, and then this 3.7% interest rate is based on reducing balance. Okay, based on reducing balance. So in this case, when you deal with reducing balance, you know that in order to calculate the interest, you need to use the constant ratio formula for calculation of the interest. Even though if it doesn't mention in the question, you know already that you have to use the constant ratio formula. But in this case, it's stated here by using constant ratio formula, and then you have to find first, you have to find the interest charge, which is the interest amount, or in this case finding the value of capital letter I. And then the second one, you have to find the installment price, which is finding the value of IP. Okay, let's see how we can solve these problems. Okay, the first part here give you, this part give you the information that are given in the question itself. First, we have the down payment is 15,000, and then we have the balance 60,000, and R is the interest rate, that is 0.037, and then we have N equal to 7, because for 7 years. So if you look through again here, so it says here equal monthly payment for 7 years. Okay, so that means payment is monthly basis. Okay, M is equal to 12, and then for 7 years, that means T is equal to 7. So 12 times 7, you get 84. And M here is equal to 12 because it is in term form of monthly basis. So to find the answer for the first question, they ask you to find the value of the interest charge, which means that you have to find the value of I. Since this problem stated that it is based on reducing balance, so you have to use the constant ratio formula, which is given by I equal to BR n plus 1 divided by 2m. So by using this formula and you substitute the correct value into the correct notation in the formulas, you have 60,000, that is the balance, multiply with the interest rate, that is 0.037, times 84 plus 1 divided by 2 times 12. So altogether, when you calculate this value, so you will get the interest to be 7,862.50. Okay, so that is the interest charge. Okay, the interest charge. Okay, the second part of the question asks you to find the installment price. So remember that before this we have discussed there are three formula that you can use in order to find the installment price. One of it is by using the B plus DP plus I. Since we already have the value of B, we have the value of DP, and we have the value of I, so you can just directly using this value to find the installment price. So substituting the balance with 60,000, the down payment 15,000, and the value of the interest with the amount that we have just found just now, so you get the installment price to be 82,862.50 cents. Okay, so that is how you solve the first example. Okay, how you find the interest amount based on the constant ratio formula or reducing balance, and also find the installment price. Okay, so with that we move to the second example. Okay, the second example here states that a series of magazine was purchased by making a down payment of 100 ringgit and 10 monthly payment of 121 ringgit 50 cent. If the interest charge was 1.5% based on the original balance, the first question asks you to find the installment price of the magazine, and the second one to find the cash price of the magazine, and lastly the amount of outstanding balance just after the 8th payment using the rule of 78. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, whenever you want to solve a problems, the first thing that we need to identify are the given information in the question itself. So let's look at what are the given information that we have over here. So the first one, we have the down payment of 100 ringgit. So that means DP is equal to 100. Okay, and then the second information is we have 10 monthly payments. Okay, 10 monthly payments. So that means the value of n, small letter n, is equal to 10, and this payment amounted to 131 ringgit and 50 cent. So this is the monthly payment that you have to pay every month. So that means in this case the capital letter R is equal to 121 ringgit and 50 cent. Okay, on top of that, you also given that there are interest rate charge, okay, of 1.5%, and this is based on the original balance or based on the flat rate situation. Okay, so when you have the interest based on the original balance, that means whenever you want to calculate the interest amount, you can just simply use the simple interest formula, that is I equal to PRT, but in this case we're going to use B instead of P. Okay, and the first question asks you to find the installment price. Okay, first you have to find the installment price. Second, you have to find the cash price of the magazine, and lastly you have to find the outstanding balance. Okay, outstanding balance just after you make the 8th payment. So remember here, your total payment number of payment is 10, so you have made 8 payments, so you're left with another 2 payments. So let's see how we can solve this problem. Okay, the first part is asking you to find the installment price. So we have 3 formulas that we can use, and the most appropriate formula that you can use is the last formula in this previous slides, that is Rn plus dp, which is the value of the monthly payment multiplied with the total number of payment plus the down payment. So all these values are given to you in the question itself. So you can just use it directly and substitute it in the formula. So in this case, you have 121.50 multiplied with 10 and then plus 100 ringgit down payment. So you have the installment price to be 1,315 ringgit. Okay, and then the second question asks you to find the cash price. Okay, bear in mind the last part here. When you want to find the cash price, you need the value of the balance and also the down payment. However, in this situation, you only have the value for the down payment. You don't have the value for the balance. Okay, so in order to find the balance, so you need to use an indirect approach. Okay, when we talk about indirect approach in this case, is by writing one notation in with respect to the other notation. So we start with I equal to PRT. So why we start with I equal to PRT? Because in this case, the question states that the interest rate is based on original balance. So that means you have to use the simple interest rate formula, which is given by I equal to PRT. However, in this case, you don't know the balance. So that means you just replace P with B. Okay, because you don't know the value of B yet. And then R is equal to 0.015, and T here is 10 over 12. Why 10 over 12? Because remember that your N is equal to 10 months, but your T must be in the form of years. So you have to convert month into years. So to convert month into years, you divide by 12. So you get 10 divided by 12. So altogether, when you calculate all these things, you get I is equal to 0.0125 B. Okay, so next you use the formula R equal to B plus I divided by N. Since you know the value of R, you know the value of N, and then you can replace the value of I with the one that you have found just now, and you left with only one unknown, that is B, the balance. So in this case, you can find the value of B. So substitute the information. So you have R equal to 121.5, B plus 0.0125 B divided by 10. So you have 1215. When you multiply 10 with 121.5, you get 1215. And then on the right side, you have 1.0125. So calculating for B, you get B equal to 1200. So once you have the value of B here, so you can find the value of the cash price by substituting B with 1200 and DP with 100. So you have here the CP, the cash price, is equal to 1300. Okay, so the last part of the question asks you to find the outstanding payment balance after you have made the 8th payment. Okay, the 8th payment. Total number of payment is 10, so you already made 8 payment, so that means you left with another 2 payments. So in this case, you have K equal to 2. And also you can also find the value of I, the interest, by using the relationship that you have found previously in the previous solution. where I is equal to 0.0125b, and you substitute b with 1200, so you have I equal to 15 ringgit. Okay, so using the rule of 78 formula for the outstanding payment balance or principal balance, you have RK 1 minus K plus 1 divided by N plus 1. Substitute R with 121.5, substitute K with 2, I with 15, and so on, and N with 10. So you found that the outstanding principal balance to be equal to 242.18. So this is how you use the outstanding principal the rule of 78 in order to calculate the outstanding principal balance. So hopefully the two examples that we have just discussed just now will give you some idea on how we can apply the material that we have covered so far to solve the real world problem under the topic of installment purchases. So until we meet again in the other session, please like the video if you like the video, and please subscribe to my channel, and click on the notification bell so that you won't miss any new videos whenever I upload new videos for you to learn. Okay, so until we meet again, thank you very much and good luck. All the best to all of you. Bye.